तव कथामृतम् तप्तजीवनम् कविभिरीडितम् कल्मषापहम् श्रवणमङ्गलम् श्रीमदाततम् भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः.
ॐ तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जना. We are studying the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna, and today we have to start, according to the English book, chapter 14. The heading is Instruction to Vaishnavas and Brahmos. That will be something wonderful. Both are bigoted in different ways. Brahmos condemn everything Sakar, and Vaishnavas will never listen about Nirakar. And they are fanatic for Vishnu. They don't ask Shakti or Shiva also. So let us see what Thakur teaches them. The date is Sunday, September 23rd, 1883, and according to the Bengali book, same chapter is continuing, Shadvimsha Parichet. Sri Ramakrishna was sitting in his room at Dakshineshwar with Rakhal, M and other devotees. Hazra sat on the porch outside. The master was conversing with the devotees. Master, to a devotee, Narendra doesn't like even you nowadays. He has not named the devotee. Who is that? I believe it is M himself. Because this somewhere I have read. To M, here now M is mentioned. Huh? Why didn't he come to see me at others' house? So Naren's not coming. Thakur is charging Master Masha about it. So Master Masha might have had the responsibility of calling Narendra. Or other should have done that, let us say, but Thakur is charging Master Masha here. How versatile Narendra is. But in Narendra's name, Thakur does not remember anybody else. That is this connectivity. He is gifted in singing, in playing on instruments, and in studies. He is independent and doesn't care about anybody. The other day, he was returning to Calcutta with Captain in his carriage. Captain's carriage, huh? Captain begged Narendra to sit beside him, but he took a seat opposite. He didn't even look at Captain. So, what does this show? And why Thakur is praising this?
Worldly.
Captain is Thakur's dear devotee, and it is his carriage. Thakur is telling this is Narendra's independence, freedom. So one is he is not obliged to anybody in this world. And he does not require to show artificial obligation. Both things are there. Captain has asked him to come in his carriage and he is ready because he has come to there. And but he does not recognize that I am obliged to him. And seat, better and worse, he does not bother. Seat is a seat. Now this seat will remind me terrible things. Huh? I have told you sometimes. Well, in my Guruji's life, a very turning point came, and we call it tram incident. I will narrate. Anybody who understands should understand. In Calcutta, there is a college square. And in those days, the cheapest and popular travel was trams. And the tram used to start from University College, or one of the stops was University College, and then Presidency College, where my Guruji was studying. So, he had made a rule in his own mind that when I enter the tram, the first available seat which falls under my eyes, I will sit there. So he entered the tram and sat there on the first seat near the gate. Then his eyes fell on the opposite bench. There was a boy there coming from University College. He was known to my Guruji. He was known as a meritorious student. And next to him, the seat was empty. So very naturally, a thought arose in the mind of my Guruji to go and sit there. But his mind revolted. His mind started analyzing and condemning himself. Why the desire came to sit on a specific seat? And his mind became agitated. When he reached his home, he told the whole story to his mother. His mother was a sadhika, Holy Mother's disciple. But she could not find anything amiss in that. I don't find anything wrong. My mind is agitated, he said. Then he said, come with me to Holy Mother. So both of them went to Holy Mother. And my Guruji narrated this incident to her. She said, my boy, what you think is correct. Any specification, that is the word used, remember. Any specification is the bane of sadhu life. And sitting near that boy, mind you, not girl, boy, meritorious boy, this specification would have led finally to lust. And your mind is so pure that it alerted you there itself. That is what she said. Elaborating on, now see our lives. Elaborating on this, my teacher used to say, what is the difference between a man and a woman, boy and a girl? In the girl's body, there are some particular shapes, and the boy's mind goes to these shapes. That is particularization or specification. Specific curves. Otherwise, from one point of view, both are manifestations of Brahman. And from the physical point of view, Both are made of flesh and bones. But this particular specification kills that boy. And extending that, he used to say, a man requires food because he has to sustain his body. But I want this type of food and I do not want that type of food is a specification. Man should wear clothes for Lajja Nivaran, you may say, or for cold or anything. But I want this type of cloth and not that type is a specification. Now I said this proved a turning point in his life because of something else. Holy Mother told him at that point, she recognized something of that boy because he was already going to her and told him, my boy, you go to Tarak in the mud and ask the same question to him. My Guruji replied, Mother, you have replied satisfactorily to me. Why should I go there? No, I tell you, go to Tarak. This much we heard from him. The other part could have never come out of his mouth. That I heard from old sadhus of Belur Math. Mother called, seeing him reluctant, Mother called a brahmachari and told him, you take him to Tarak in the mud and tell Tarak, so many people send you so many things. You understand? Gifts, presents.
Oh, that's it.
I am sending a jewel to you. That is what Mother said. And so, this I never heard from our mother. And this is in relation to that Ram incident. I did not hear from that Swami, but I understood. And so that brahmachari took him and asked it to Mahapurush Maharaj. And Mahapurush Maharaj gave exactly the same reply as Mother had given, but with some scriptural quotations. And I believe they are from Rudaranyak or Chandogya. There is a chapter on Graha and Atigraha. That means our Indriyas are called Graha because they catch something. But objects are called Atigraha because they make Indriyas catch them. Maybe, but something from scriptures. And I believe I heard something from my master, but I'm connecting. That very day, Mahapurush Maharaj told him, my boy, you will have to study scriptures. Upanishads, he said. My Guruji replied, Maharaj, वो घटपट पढ़ के क्या होगा? In Bengali, घटपट पढ़े की होगे? ठाकुर के भालोबासा ही तो असल. You understand? Because in Upanishadic or philosophic discussion, always this example of ghata and pata, a jar, a piece of cloth. These examples come very often. Though he was a student of philosophy, psychology only. Mahapurush Maharaj replied, my boy, what you say is true. Thakur ke bhalabasa hi asal. Listen, everybody, wonderful truths are there. But bhalabasa ekta shastra ache. But even love requires a science and a scripture. And take it from me, this portion was in English. Take it from me, Upanishads are the best Bhakti Shastras in the world. How many truths we have heard today? in this incident. And then he told me this, so I started thinking about it. If we talk of Nirguna Brahma alone, Bhakti will not sprout at all. And if we talk of Saguna Brahma alone, Bhakti will be developed, but it will not be leading to perfection. It will not develop properly. Real Bhakti is subject-object-less devotion to God. No, I will remain separate. That is only Bhakti. It is impossible for me to believe. Some people say, we shall enjoy the company of God. God wants to enjoy company of the devotees. That is why he takes avatar. Other than teaching the world. No, God can do anything. But this Nirguna Brahma talk, now we are about today with Vaishnavas, they will never even listen. And Thakur has said, Bhakta ki chai, Bhakta does not want to become sugar, he wants to taste sugar. I believe Thakur told this about devotees in general or ordinary devotees or the devotee's mind. But it is not proved in Thakur's life. With every Panchabhav, Thakur reached Advaita. And he has told also, Advaita, tie Advaita knowledge in the knot of your cloth and then do whatever sadhana you want. And then do whatever you like, means whatever sadhana you want. And the Upanishads are the books which talk of Sagun Nirgun Brahma. Upanishads at every point talk of Nirgun Sagun Brahma. Sometimes I used to say that if there is one mantra of Nirgun Brahma in the Upanishads, it is followed by 10 mantras of Sagun Brahma. But now I say that very mantra which talks of Nirgun necessarily talks of Sagun Brahma and followed by more description of the Sagun Brahma. Take up Mundak Upanishad for example. Yattad Adreshyam Agrayam etc. Tad Bhuta Yonim Paripashyanti Dhira. That which is beyond everything, the wise people see that very reality as the origin of this world, as the Srishti Sthiti Pralaya Karan of this world. Same, not different. So this is what the Upanishads talk. And sufficient. Now, people do not understand this because Shankar's emphasis on Nirguna Brahma. There again I will have to say, we know Shankar as presented by Shankarite commentators, his Tikakaras. For example, my other teacher pointed out, in somewhere in Kathopanishad Bhashya, Sarvyapi Bhagavan topic came, and Shankara puts Vishnu there. So Vishnu is Sarvyapi Bhagavan, and Vishnu, Vaishnava, that means Vishnu leads to bhakti. But the commentators will say, Vishli Vyaptatvat. No. Vishnu name came in the Upanishad. And Shankar put there Vasudev. So Vasudev means son of Vasudeva, Krishna, an incarnation. But the commentators say Vasu eva Vasu. Vasu means pervading, all pervading name already is there. Vishnu. Why Shankar put Vasudeva? This bhav we have to judge. Why? Because it relates to devotion, about Krishna, about devotion. So we know Shankar only as his Tikakaras are presented to us. But if you look at Shankar from eyes given by Thakur, we do not find any conflict. So because Upanishads talk of Sagun Nirgun Brahma, sufficient bhakti is cultivated and we are led to Nirguna Brahma and our bhakti culminates in the highest. What Thakur has told about Shuddha Bhakti and Shuddha Jnana. So, this is so many things I learned from this tram incident. And later on, I would say, the long and short of it, my Guruji is known as the person taking classes on Upanishads as the supreme most, I would say, in the mission. And he was reluctant that day. And Mahapurush Maharaj turned him. Anyway, so this is the thing. And Master Masha has a delicate habit of putting things. So some devotee is telling, Narendra is not liking you because, anyway, he is the householder. That is the only difference. And Narendra is so full of the spirit of Vairagyam that he does not like you. Because you are married. Otherwise, they are friends. So, we are seeing the qualities of Narendranath. Thakur is not praising him only because of his talents. But he has talents and yet he is independent. If you have talents, you are slave become of that talent. But he is independent and we have seen all this independence. And for this only, that seat opposite reminded me of all this. He didn't even look at the captain. What can a man achieve through mere scholarship? So Thakur has told about scholarship now, Narendra scholarship. So he takes it and says, what can a man do through mere scholarship? What is needed is prayer and spiritual discipline. Now, English translation has split this in two words. Prayer and spiritual discipline. There is no mention of prayer in the original.
Sadhan bhajan.
Bhajan? Sadhan bhajan chai. Bhajan is prayer. No. Prayer is prarthana. It cannot be translated as prayer. This word is very, very important. I have found this word in Leela Prasanga many times. And here also I am finding this. I will tell something now without condemning anything. These days in the mission, if the person is serious, whether devotee or sadhu, the elderly people or gurus will ask him, Jab dhyan thik hoche to? your jap and dhyan is going on all right. I never heard this word from my teacher, never. He used to say, sadhan bhajan thik vache to. And I found this in Leela Prasanga. So I understood that this was current among Thakur's disciples. And now I find in Thakur himself. What is bhajan? Any act, no, I defined it many times. Any activity done by devotion is bhajan. Bhajan is not necessarily singing. Any activity done in the spirit of devotion is called bhajan. Shankara has defined like that in his commentary. Bhaktir bhajanam, like that he said. So, sadhan, bhajan, compounded word, hyphen, not sadhan and bhajan. Bhakti purna sadhan, that is I would translate it like that. So these small points are very important in spiritual life. I am neither condemning japa nor condemning prayer, but Thakur's language and his disciples' language is like that. To Master Masha in the second meeting, where did Thakur ask him japa? Do you find it? Nam gunagan katya ve Ishwara. And this scholarship has come in connection with Narendra is a good scholar. But what can a man achieve through mere scholarship? What is needed is devotional sadhana. Now it takes the example of Gauri. One is that Vaishnavas and Brahmas, and Gauri was a tantric sadhana. So Thakur is taking up the subject of fanaticism because Vaishnavas and Brahmas are present there. Gauri of Indesh, this we have discussed, I think, during Leela Prasanga classes. Bengalis have a good or bad habit of using only the first part of a name. And no, Gauri is not a lady here. Gauri Prasanna, Gauri Kumar, Gauri Charan, Gauri Das, but only Gauri. So please don't misunderstand. Gauri of Indesh was both a scholar and a devotee. So example is about this. He is a scholar, but he is a devotee. Now I say it is devotee only. He does not say Japi. About Japa, not at all slighting Japa. One of our senior Swamis has passed away, Preeti Maharaj. He used to say, what is Japa? Mental sursuri. Anyway, sursuri means like tickling. And a devotee. He was a worshipper of the Divine Mother. Now and then he would be overpowered with spiritual fervor. When he chanted a hymn to the Mother, the Pandits would seem like earthworms beside him. So see the difference between mere scholars and the sadhak who has reached spiritual heights. I too would be overcome with ecstasy by hearing Gauri Pandits chant sutras. At first, he was a bigoted worshipper of Shakti. At first, he used to pick up tulsi leaves with a couple of sticks so as not to touch them with his fingers. Footnote is given, tulsi is used for Vishnu worship. It is very holy for the Vaishnavas. Not during puja and other things it might have come, but he won't touch it. He would put it by tongue and lift it. So much fanatic he was in the beginning. Thakur wants to tell something. All laugh on this fanaticism. Then he went home. When he came back, he didn't behave that way anymore. So by progress, if the devotee is sincere, God himself teaches him broadness. I will tell a wonderful story from Maharashtra. In Pandharpur, there was a Pandharpur place of Vishnu. There was a goldsmith. His name was Narahari. And he was the best of the goldsmiths in Kashi. Pandharpur. And he was a Shiva Bhakta. Now some rich man came from somewhere and Vishnu or Vitova granted some boon to him or something happened good in his life. So he wanted to present a golden, what do you call it?
Necklace.
No. Kamarpatta. Waistband. A golden waistband. And he had already come to Pandharpur. So he asked people, and they said that the best goldsmith is Narahari. But they warned him that, but Narahari is a Shiva Bhakta. Anyway, he went to Narahari and said that I want a waistband for Vitaba. He said, all right, he is a professional man. So you please come to the temple and take measurement yourself. He said, no, I won't see Vitaba. You, with the help of the pujari, take one sutli or some thread, measure it and bring to me. I'll put my all expertise into that. So he did like that. And he made excellent waistband with so many designs. And when he went to the temple, it fell 2 inches short. So again they took measurement. He recast the whole thing because you cannot add 2 inches like that in the design. So he made the whole thing again. And when they took it, it was 2 inches long. So he begged of him, we are unable, you please come and take measurement yourself. He said, all right, for the sake of profession, I have to do that. But going there, he said, tie my eyes with a cloth. I do not want to see it. So by handling, I will find out the waist and then I will take measurement. The fun is that when he tried to touch, he found it a Shiva image. The snake, serpent and all that signs of Shiva. So he opened that. They brought me to some wrong place. He opened his eyes, Vishnu. Again he tried. Again he tried. And again he found Shiva symbols. So God himself taught him that same Vishnu is Shiva, same Shiva is Vishnu. There is a famous story of Narahari. And then he made the correct question. It was God's playing tricks on him. So when he came back, he didn't behave that way anymore. That means evolution took place. He gave a remarkable interpretation of Hindu mythology. Sadhak and a scholar. So mythology has inner significance. That is telling. He would say that the 10 heads of Ravana represented the 10 organs. Kumbhakarna was the symbol of tamas, Ravana of rajas, and Vibhishana of sattva. These three were brothers, and they did terrible penances. And when Brahma asked Ravana what boon you want, he said, I don't want to be killed. Why? I want to become immortal. So Brahma said, this boon is not in our dictionary. Ask any other boon. So he said, I should not be killed by Gandharvas, Devas, Rakshasas, Asuras. He went on taking names, animals, but he did not take the name of man and monkey because of his ego. What can man do to me? What can monkeys do? That is why Rama had to gather all monkey forces. Gods born as monkeys. Anyway, so that is Ravana. And Kumbhakarna asked boon, I want to sleep, nobody should disturb my sleep. If I sleep, I will get up only if inside I feel hungry, maybe after 6 months. So tamas. And Vibhishana asked, I want to live a holy life. I want devotion at the feet of God. Because he was sattva. That was why Vibhishana obtained favor with Ram. Vaishnavas believe that sattva guna is necessary. After this much is the talk in the morning. Up till now, Brahmos and Vaishnavas have not yet come. After the master's midday meal, while he was resting, Ram, Tarak, and some other devotees arrived from Calcutta. This Tarak is our well-known Mahapuruji. He lived in Ram's house for some time. Ram, another house. Otherwise, he was from Belgaria. He was from birthplace is Barasat, but he was in Calcutta. He was in the same locality as Ram's house. He saw Thakur first in Ram's house. Nitya Gopal, Tarak, and several others were staying with Ram. Yes, I mentioned here. Because Tarak has given up connection with his house and there is no monastery. So Thakur asked Ram to make Tarak stay there. Ram had, other than his house, he had a garden house built in, what do you call it? That Yogoda, Kakurgachi. So there Master Ram used to stay. And this Nitya Gopal also was a, Thakur praised him like a Paramahamsa. But he is not of me, he used to say, not here. So his bhava was different and both of them were living with Ram. Nitya Gopal was always in an exalted spiritual mood. Tarak's mind too was always indrawn. He seldom exchanged words with others. His mood was indrawn. There is an incident in Mahapurush Maharaj's life. In an indrawn mood, he is walking on the street. And some person known to him from childhood called him from backside and he did not respond. So this person felt hurt and asked some common friend why he did like that. He said, you should accost him from the front and then see him. So next time he approached him, and Mahaprabhu talked with him very sweetly. Understood? They are the signs. Ram looked after their physical needs. Rakhal now and then spent a few days at other's house. That was also because Thakur asked other. Rakhal Maharaj did not want to stay in his father's house. Stayed at Dakshineshwar many times. But Thakur had told other that if you serve Rakhal, it will be very good for you. Ram to the master. We have been taking lessons on the drum. We, huh? Master to Ram. Nitya Gopal too? Ram. No, sir. He plays a little. Means what? No. Same to someone. He is not learning. He knows a little. And Tarak, he knows a good deal. That means he has learned. Master, then he won't keep his eyes on the ground so much. Narendra has prayed. If the mind is much directed to something else, it doesn't dwell deeply on God. And the day Master Masha heard this, he stopped that. Mahapurush Tarak. Ram defends himself now. Huh? I have been studying the drum only to accompany the kirtan. Master to M now. Huh? I hear that you two are taking singing lessons. Is that so? Thakur is not condemning this. Huh? Oh, yesterday's talk, somebody thought what was that talk? And it appeared like Thakur is condemning him to some devotee who sent message to me that Thakur, in the case of some other devotee, has recommended that. And why? And he is criticizing this for him. He takes it as two adhikaris. But there no criticism was meant. It was a neutral statement, followed by, if you have devotion with that, then it is fine. That was the thing. Whatever that was. If you want, it will take some time. Shall I see? Because in that message I will find out. It is in the gospel, but I will find out in the message. On hearing that Ishan was building a house on the bank of the Ganga to practice spiritual disciplines, the master observed, let me tell you that the less people know of your spiritual life, the better it will be for you. How do you think it is condemning his building the house? You are building the house for this purpose. Devotees endowed with sattva meditate in a secluded corner or in a forest or withdraw into the mind. So, the purpose of building a separate house should be this. Sometimes they meditate inside the mosquito net. On the other hand, that devotee is writing to me. On the other hand, he advised Shyam Babu, an elderly man who wanted to devote his time to contemplation, to build a quiet place for meditation, saying that the worldly life was all hollow and that you do not to think of God amidst worldly confusion. So, this is not proper understanding. If my explanation could have led to this thought, it is wrong. I did not say so. It appears as a neutral. Rather, the purpose of building that house, Thakur is making it clear. While in the other man's case, that purpose was already there. Here, Ishan was busy with outside, that is, Purascharan and all that, and Thakur told him, no, you dive deep, you dive deep. So for diving deep, if the house is there, it is fine. Okay? So, here we see that drum, he said, you look, now, M is telling her, it is not drama. I hear that you two are taking singing lessons. Is that so? M. No, sir. I just open my mouth now and then. Ram said, whatever I am learning is for Kali Kirtan. And Thakur has left that remark without any comment. And he has turned to him. Emni kuri. He is not taking very seriously, but he is learning. And Thakur has appreciated that. Master, he has shifted gears. He is not saying good, bad. Practical application. Have you practiced that song? Oh mother, make me mad with thy love. So singing is for this purpose. If you have pleased, sing it. The song expresses my ideal perfectly. That if you have devotion, you do not require any argument or knowledge derived from argument. The conversation turned to Master does not tell he sang. The conversation turned to Hazara's hatred for certain people, which Sri Ramakrishna did not like. Master to the devotees. I used frequently to visit a certain house at Kamarpukur. The boys of the family were of my age. La Babu. The other day, they came here and spent 2 or 3 days with me. Their mother, like Hazra, used to hate people. So indirectly he is telling the bad effects of hate. Despise could be the proper word. Then something happened to her foot, and gangrene set in. On account of the foul smell, no one could enter her room. I told the incident to Hazra and asked him not to hate anyone. So Thakur takes that as the result of their ego and despise. Nobody came to her. People started despising her. So that would happen to you. Toward evening, as Sri Ramakrishna was standing in the northwest corner of the courtyard, let us visualize. North, west. West is Ganges facing, no?
North and Ganga.
Northwest corner is near his room, in the courtyard near his room. He went into Samadhi. Standing, went into Samadhi. In those days, the master remained almost always in an ecstatic state. He would lose consciousness of the world at the slightest suggestion from outside. But for scant conversation with visiting devotees, he remained in an drawn mood and was unable to perform his daily worship and devotions. But for means that exception. Exception for little talk with the devotees. He was always in an drawn mood and was unable to perform his daily worship and devotions. They are left on the surface. Coming down to the relative world, he began to talk to the Divine Mother, still standing where he was. That means it is not fully outside the inside. Oh mother, he said, worship has left me and japa also. Please see, mother, that I do not become an inert thing. Tamogun and high degree of Sattvagun look alike. So Thakur is praying like that. Let my attitude toward God be that of the servant toward the master, Das Bhav, for his permanent staying after Nirvikal Samadhi. O mother, let me talk about thee and chant thy holy name. I want to sing thy glories. Give me a little strength of body that I may move about, that I may go to places where thy devotees live and sing thy name. This is all befitting an avatar, though he calls it a prayer. In the morning, Sri Ramakrishna had been to the Kali temple to offer flowers at the mother's feet. Continuing, the master said, O mother, so on that background, I offered flowers at thy feet this morning. I thought, that is good. My mind is again going back to formal worship. Then, why do I feel like this now? So, little he felt like that. Again, he has gone to his deeper mode. Why art thou turning me into a sort of inert thing? So in Thakur we see all moods at all times, no seamlessly moving, no jerks or no efforts. The moon had not yet risen. It was dark again, dark night. The master still in an abstracted mood. What is abstracted mood? Going to the subtler sphere and toward the formless God. Abstract, you understand? There is a fruit when you extract the juice. So from the gross world, we extract the subtler things. Sat on the small couch in his room and continued his talk with the Divine Mother. So his mood is still that only. He said, why the special discipline of the Gayatri? That is referring to Ishan. Ishan wanted to do Purashar. Daybreak to day end Gayatri. Why the jumping from this roof to that? That means some other Purasharan, then some other Purasharan. Dots are here, something has been left. No, there is nothing like that. Who told him to do it? Perhaps he is doing it of his own accord. Well, he will practice a little of that discipline. So that is like Divine Mother's reply. A little let him do. The previous day, Sri Ramakrishna had discouraged Ishan about Vedic worship, saying that it was not suitable for the Kali Yuga. He had asked Ishan to worship God as the Divine Mother. Now, this Gayatri itself people have conceived as Gayatri Devata worship. Gayatri mantra is for sun god symbolically, and really it is for Hiranyagarbha, Brahma. Gayatri is the name of the meter of that mantra. The name of that mantra is Savitri mantra. Savitri means Savitru, sun god mantra. The master said to him, are these all my fancies or are they real? That means coming out of that talk to the mother, now he's talking with him. M remained silent with wonder at the master's intimate relationship with the Divine Mother. So asking him was for this M's contemplation. He thought she must be within us as well as without. Indeed, she must be very near us. Or why should the master speak to her in a whisper? That means she is so near. He is talking in whisper, either inside him or just outside him. So I ended the conversations of 23rd June. We have not yet come across Vaishnavas and Brahmos, that is the heading of the chapter. We hope to meet them afterwards on Monday or other days. Om Tava Kathāmritam Tapta Jivanam Kavibhiriditam Kalmashapaham Shravanamangalam Shrimadatam Bhuvi Grunanti Ye Bhurida Jana. Om Shanti 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 Hare Om Tat Sat Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.